What's up, Marvel Snappers? Today we have a new featured location, Lamentis-1. Draw 3 cards, destroy both decks. Now, for those of you that don't know, featured locations will appear in 40% of games for the next 2 days. Now, you'll want to be able to take advantage of this, but you need to be able to win when this location doesn't appear, although admittedly there's not too much counterplay here. One thing to note is that you have a maximum hand size of 7, so when this reveals, if you don't have the hand space, you'll only draw as many cards as you can, and then your deck will be destroyed. In order to take the most advantage of this location, you need to be able to play a couple of cards early to make sure that you get the full 3 draws, and make sure you don't fall behind on card advantage against your opponent. Now, there's a few cards that do work interestingly with this location, and we'll go over them so you can start brewing. Now, one of the most powerful things you can do with this location is the card Death, who gets 1 cost cheaper for each card that's destroyed, and it will count for both decks being destroyed, and it will make Death almost instantly free. Now, one thing to note is this doesn't work with the other destroy cards like Nova, Wolverine, or Sabretooth. When they're destroyed from your deck, their effects won't trigger, but Death will get cheaper and will be a very powerful tool for the coming days. Another interesting card is going to be Thor, who shuffles the Mjolnir into your deck, and since your deck will be 0 cards, Mjolnir will be the top card of your deck, and you'll be guaranteed able to give Thor the +6 power. Another fantastic card is going to be Scorpion, who afflicts -1 power to all of the cards in your opponent's hand. Well, all the cards in their hand are all the cards they're going to have, and this is the most value Scorpion's ever going to get, since they cannot draw further cards that aren't affected by this negative reduction. In a similar vein, Leech is going to be particularly devastating, especially if you can get it out early. Removing the abilities from all of the cards in your opponent's hand is going to leave them with absolutely no counterplay and just stats, and if you still have your abilities, it'll be much easier to come up over them. There's also Maximus, who has 7 power for 3 energy, and normally a massive drawback of letting your opponent draw 2 cards, but with no cards in either player's deck, this card has no drawback. Now, one card that has some massive blowout potential is Black Widow, who adds a Widow's Bite to the opponent's hand. If you play this on turn 2, and Lamenting-1 is the location on turn 3, the Widow's Bite will prevent your opponent from drawing any cards, and their deck will still be destroyed, giving you a massive resource advantage that will be very hard for the opponent to come up from. Successfully pulling this off could be a lot of fun, but if it happens to you, it's going to be a massive feel-bad moment. And lastly, a card to consider is Chavez, who cannot be drawn before turn 6. And what this is going to let you do is increase the consistency of your draws off of the location, and then you don't even have to draw this card on turn 6. So you get the most out of your deck possible when this location triggers. Now, funny enough, there are actually more cards that don't work with this location than cards that do work with it. Things like Jubilee and Lockjaw are going to be absolutely useless if this location flips up. Also, cards like Cable and Mantis, if played after this location revealed, won't do anything. Shuffling rocks into the opponent's deck with Korg or Rockslide also won't be of much use. But hopefully this gave you some ideas to start deck building. It's going to be a very interesting couple of days. As always, if you have any questions or feedback for me, make sure to leave those in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.